grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 70 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now Roberts looking to throw on second down. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll make it third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 37.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Roberts chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's a gain of...
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. He was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll start with the option. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
10 yards to go.
From the gun, Clement. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you will take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Operating from the gun, Clement. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Back to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Clement. Over the middle, complete. That's McKinney. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. From the gun, Clement. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
First and 10.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He's brought down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll try the left side. It's Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
To throw is Roberts. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
35, the ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is end of the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Clement. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted by the Seahawks.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of...
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. Operating from the gun. Clement got his man complete over the middle. It's McKinney. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. 17-0 our score after 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 4 yards. That's good for 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Clement. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
And 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Clement. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Clement. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jordan Brooks. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. Let's end the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory.
26.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. They'll look to throw, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Back to throw. Roberts. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
This is the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Looking to throw. Roberts. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And goal.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And his pass incomplete.
Roberts' pass thrown away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Down and goal from the 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Roberts. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
The quarterback taken down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw on second down. Clement looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKinney. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
84.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
It's now third down.
From the gun on third down. Clement airing this one out for Fitzgerald. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
Throwing on first down. Clement over the middle, complete. It's Sharp. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
First and 10.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So we reach an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Clement airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Clement. Throw left side complete. That's Sharp. And they work this out past the 25. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st and 10, Clement. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Roberts to throw on 2nd down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
To number
11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Roberts now throwing on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Seattle.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
First and 10 at the 30.
That's good concentration right there, and he did a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. And it certainly doesn't hurt that at 6'5", he's got a big wingspan that allows him to go up and complete that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sharp. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Operating from the gun. Clement to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 8 yards out, and the Cardinals cut into that lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Burton. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Burton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. That now brings up a very interesting identical situation on 3rd down.
Yeah, people couldn't see us on camera, but I love how you motioned to me like, throw the ball. This is a great shot to take it. 2nd and short. Maybe take a big shot downfield. Instead, they ran it. Didn't work out for them very well. They should have listened to you, partner.
Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
At the 43-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Clement. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he...
And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. From 17 yards out, and the Cardinals get a bit closer. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Roberts. Off play action. He completes this one to Mack. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Burton. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 1 yard gain.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Roberts. Short throw to Disley. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, it really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Come on, dog! Trailing here in the 2nd half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
Now Roberts on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he will find his man on the outside.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
But it brings up
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
that keeps the score Seahawks.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
He's going to fire one deep over. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for two. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the two. It's caught. And the lead is cut to two here in the fourth. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business? Now that you're being pressed, it is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Yes, sir. A loss of 13 yards. 3 and out.
And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
On first down, Clement. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard.
A gain of 6 there on first.
And 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Operating from the gun, Clement. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway. Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you, now you take care of us.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
Back to throw. Roberts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Complete to number 86. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
4 yards remain for second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. All eyes on the Cardinals now. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on first down. Clement. That is caught at the 7. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Seahawks, 34.
The Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
The onside kick recovered.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've held him down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down for an entire...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Clement flushed out right. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Roberts, complete, Jefferson the target. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now it's the Cardinals' turn, trailing by 4. A little over 80 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Clement. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the 1st quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
You know, about winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. So that one hurt. No timeouts left. Look at where the ball is on the field, Charles. I don't know if the fat lady's singing yet, but she's starting to hum a little bit, isn't she?
You think she's doing scales at this point? I don't think there's any doubt about it, but they had to go for it. In this situation, with their timeout situation as well, they had to take the chance, try and get it done. They didn't. Now they're powerless to stop them, essentially.
They need a big play somehow from their defense. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent.